Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi there, it's me, your friend Corey, hanging out, doing some crochet during the day, if you can believe that. See how this goes. Anyways, gonna have to put some lotion on, so I'm going with my Utterly Smooth, fabulous lotion for working with fibers of any sorts, crochet, yarn, sewing, cross stitch, any of that. I definitely recommend this. It's not greasy, it goes on nice and smooth. And it is used on cows, so it's quite strong, and it doesn't leave grease on your materials, which is amazing. Anyways, glad you're here today. Let's hang out and work on my circular shawl and chat. First things first, I'm going to put a little lotion on my hands. I'm feeling super dry. Just did a bunch of dishes, cleaned out my my new washing machine. I got the proper tabs, so I just had to do a wipe out, wash my hands a couple times after that. Plus we're doing potty training, so a lot of extra hand washing. So it's always nice, and you give yourself a little massage when you do this too, so that's always appreciated when you work with your hands, right? Anyways, so hopefully everybody's having a fabulous day. Mine's been off and on. Bits of it have been pretty fabulous. I had a nice quarter of a hamburger. Now, when I say hamburger, I'm talking like giant hamburger. My son brought home a bit of his lunch from work today because he got off early and decided to share, which was nice. I didn't want a whole hamburger anyway, so they're quite large. And then after that, I had a treat. Boy, was it a treat. I had a crepe, which is those really thin, super crazy, yummy pancakes. And it was wrapped around a puree of blueberries, because we're in blueberry season where I am, and whipped cream. It was a treat and a half. I haven't had a crepe in a very long time, so that was a nice little treat for the afternoon. Today I'm drinking green tea. I'm on my second one. I feel like I needed a flush. I haven't been drinking tea much due to the heat, and I just felt like I needed it. I am letting it cool down a bit, so that's fine. I mean, I have unsweetened green tea, and I'll drink it hot. Cold doesn't bother me. Okay, so I have actually finished with my Hobie cake. Wait, where'd that other part go? Oh my goodness. It's right here. And so I went into my stash and I found this gorgeous piece. Look at that beautiful blue. Isn't that pretty? Don't ask me what it is. It's a shiny cotton. But as for brand, where it came from, none of that info is available to me because it's just a random one in the vault. We'll just call it the vault. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a row of single crochet. I'm doing 3 single crochet per loop. I thought about doing less, but I really I tried this with a purple, and the purple was not working because I already have purple ahead of it, like the pinky purple there, and I didn't like the way it finished, so we're going to go with this deeper blue. I will put up some pictures of the 3 blues I had come up with, because anything darker than this would have been too much, because I did have like more of a navy blue, and it was just much too dark. So my first choice, I had one that was pretty close to this color. I didn't have a lot of it, but it was a little bit thicker, and it was way too shiny, so that should be on the screen probably now. And so then I wanted to see what the lightest one looked like. And I took a picture of it with a flash and took a good look at it with my brightness up, and the color palette change was too intense, as in I don't think I would enjoy that very much. And I don't want to have to go buy something new. So keep that in mind too. That's part of my whole decision making here. I am not going to go buy a small cotton just to finish this off when I should be able to do it. And I don't want to take my row out because it is the length exactly where I wanted it. So, catch 22. So then I tried this blue, and I feel like the transition to this blue feels pretty close enough, right? It's close enough. I just want to have a little bit of a fringe, I don't want ribbing, but I want something that is a little more substantial because I feel like the mesh was just really unfinished, and just the single crochet row is not enough for what I want. My mom says the one she's making for herself, she doesn't like this for her end off, and I was like, that's totally fine, and you don't have to do it. She's doing one all in white, attaching it to an old giant doily that she made years and years ago. That's just been sitting in storage. Why not? Why not grab an old doily and try this around it, right? That is a fantastic way to reuse these gorgeous pieces that are just sitting in boxes and not getting used. So I'm all for it. She did beading on hers. I am considering it. We have a giant amount of beads in this house. Let me tell you what. All sorts of pretty beads. I used a bunch of gold ones on an amigurumi I did recently for Father's Day. You needed bullets, so I just used these long golden ones, but that was just like looking through all the beads we have. Oh boy, my mom has a lot, and she considers them to be ours because I craft, and my kids really like beading. Anyway, so I am considering maybe doing a small little bit of beading on the bottom, but it would make a lot of noise, and if I decided to fall asleep in it, which I would not be surprised if I do that, I will definitely be feeling them. So that is a factor too. And quite frankly, these beautiful colors, I don't think I'm going to need to have that much decoration. I think once it's finished, it's going to be a gorgeous rainbow. And I do love this darker blue. This is one of my more favorite types of blue. It's got that bit of greeny, turquoisey vibe to it. So it's not quite teal, but it's a couple stages away from it, going more towards I would say more of the greenish side of things, but not so deep that it's not considered blue. Yeah. If that makes sense to anybody, because it does to me. So anyway, to finish this, I am going to be doing this row of single crochets, and it's 3 in each loop. Then I'm going to do every single bit of this with double crochet and then 1 single crochet. I think that's going to give it its extra weight so the mesh will pull enough and that it will lay the way I want it to, because I found that without it, the back piece tends to fold on itself. When I had it on there with the purple and I just got to the double crochet part, it held it flat where I wanted it to. Here we go. Now we've reached the beginning, and I'm going to start my double crochet, and we're going to decide for sure if I'm going to be doing it that way. So 2 and 3. And then I'm going to just slip stitch into there. So go 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay, make sure you get this in right. Alright, there we go. I'm doing a lot of single crochet, so I just naturally want to do single crochet right now because I've been working on a lot of amigurumis, which I will be working on quite a few more. So if you don't like amigurumis, I apologize in advance, but I'm getting to that time of year where wearables have to be put to the side. Well, somewhat. I'll still be kind of working on them a little bit here and there when I can or feel like it. But we got birthdays. Both my girls have birthdays in September. And I gotta start working on my Christmas stuff because I've been out collecting all sorts of fun projects to work on. I'm probably gonna end up using a lot of my stash. A lot of it. I'm already starting to get a few holes in spots. To be fair, I did take out all my pinks because I need them for the pink owl. I'm not sure what I want to use, so I took them all out and put them in a bag so I could just spread them out and take my time figuring out what I want to do and how I want to design them and how I want them to work out. And so there's a whole bunch of pink missing, like all of it. And yeah, so that just shows me how quick it can go. Once you start using it, it's all of a sudden like, oh my gosh. Alrighty, so let's just take a little peek here at how that looks. I do like that because it just makes me feel like it has an edge. It will keep its form a little better instead of just being, what's the word? I want to say something like loosey-goosey, but I don't mean that. There's a word for what I'm talking about. It's unstructured. Not even close to what I said. So, yeah. I love it when your words don't want to come to you when you want to say something. So I think this is going to be the best way to end this off for myself. I still have to do a row of single crochet at the top because this is kind of odd. I don't like the way that's finished, and I would like it to have a really nice uniform look. And it is it is chained to double crochet, it looks like, so I think a single crochet will really give it a beautiful finish, to just give it that finished look that I want. And then I will be able to sew in my ends, and so it'll give it its finished look that I'm going for. I don't know if I just repeated myself, but my daughter just yelled out something, and so I have probably edited it out. I'm hoping I did. It should be, 2 or 3 edits now. It's fine. I decided to make up some of my lost time that I had last night because I tried to do some videos last night. I got one done, and my girls were not having a very good night. They just kept yelling in their sleep, both of them taking turns, and I just couldn't get any filming done, and it was late, and I was tired, and I was getting cranky, so honestly, I just said forget it. I've already gotten a lot of stuff done around the house today, so I figured, you know what, I'm working on this anyway, so I'm going to do a couple videos, and I'll get them up and going, and I'm on track, and I'm on my schedule, so sometimes you just got to be flexible. You just have to roll with the punches. That's why I try to have a bit of a schedule on, especially with the filming, because sometimes you're not going to be able to follow through when you want to. So that's why I don't like doing day-by-day ones, because I have way too many other things that are up in the air that I have no control over. And that's part of the reason why sometimes I don't always respond to comments right away. It isn't anything personal, and I have noticed your comment, but I didn't have time to write back because I do get a notification. So sometimes I look at it, and sometimes I don't know what I want to say, and sometimes I just would like to think about what to say. I'm like that with text messages too. It's just like, you know what, sometimes I just want a moment to clarify my thoughts before I respond, so I don't end up saying something I didn't mean or have it come out the wrong way. Choosing my words wisely, as the old saying goes. And I'm trying very hard to be mindful of that, because I don't want anyone thinking that I'm just have a mean mouth or mean thoughts. Because we all have mean mouths and mean thoughts, but doesn't necessarily mean we have to always use them. The only time that I always have to use them is if I'm out at the bar and it's just funny. And by funny, I mean I just tease people quite a bit when I'm out. And I mean teasing like I give them fake names and stuff when my friends are laughing because I come up with these crazy backstories. I won't even get into them. because they're not exactly PG friendly or anything, and I'm trying to not bring that aspect into my channel, because we're here for crochet, fiber arts, crafts, and to shoot the breeze a little bit and say, hey, I like this color. Do you like this color? So I think this is working for me. I think this is going to be how I'm going to go. I'm probably going, I could change my mind, so please don't quote me on it. I may actually change my mind. I might do all this work, look at it again, sitting on my chair, because I might get my chair to wear it later, so I can just stare at it, because I am absolutely in love with this piece, and I would hate to add anything to the end that is just not going to make it stellar, that would bring it down, that would clash, that just will not have that, because I worry about that. I'm worried that maybe this isn't the right color. Maybe I should have just done the gray like I originally wanted to. So then it's like a rainbow on to a cloudy day. My mom's really dead set against the gray though. But I like gray. So who knows? Who knows how this is going to play out. Anyways, that's where I'm at with this one, and I hope this is going to work out. As you can tell, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not overly confident. What I have done is gorgeous, and that's the whole reason why I'm not confident, because I'm kind of winging it. This is not a pattern. This is sort of me hobbling together a few different things and coming up with something of my own, so to speak. Because, of course, I didn't actually create any of this. I'm just, yes but no. Like, I'm taking pieces of other people's ideas and putting them together. Frankensteining. That's what we'll call it, Frankensteining. When you Frankenstein a garment. Because it's just pieces of other patterns stuck together, which is how I like to do it sometimes, and that works for me. And it might not work for everyone, which is totally fine. Totally fine. Anyways. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!